Today we will be reviewing I Want You to Stay by Amali. Please be aware that there will be spoilers and explicit content for mature audiences only. Trigger warnings for this book include violence, sexually explicit themes, erotica, adult language, mental health, terminal illness, domestic violence, and death.
Oh,
Yeah. Um yeah, friend. Hi.
hello there. Hello, everybody. It's been a while.
Yes, hi guys. We miss you.
We've been very inconsistent, but life be life, and we're trying our best. So here
Yes.
we go.
Bear with us. We will be doing better, but bear with us. Um friend, what did you rate this book?
I rated it, I would say like a 4.5. Like it was really good. The ending just, I wasn't personally happy with who she ended up with in the ending, so that is the only reason why. Otherwise, it was literally a great book. I just didn't like who she ended up with.
Yeah, I rated it a 4.5. My biggest reason was because of the ending. I was a little disappointed. And then also, there were a lot of like, baby, I have a short attention span. So, like, when there's Larissa and then she's got a nickname Riss and then Rissa, I'd be like, who, wait a second. Are these different people? So that kind of fucked me up. But for the most part, like, it wasn't like too big of a deal, but everybody had like multiple like names, and so that's the only reason why I was like a 4.5. But the book was good, like damn good. I really enjoyed it and I like the story.
Very good. So a short little synopsis is we have our main character, Corey, and she is married to Chuck, and they've been together for a very long time. Well, Chuck starts talking to his friend Steve, and Steve is pretty much telling him how he's in an open marriage and how he loves it and how it's pretty much working out great for him and his wife. So Chuck goes ahead and takes his raggedy ass, and now he want to be in an open marriage. And so pretty much that's how it starts, is he explains to Corey that he wants to be in an open marriage, and she is crushed. She is so sad because she loves this man so much, and he really just breaks her heart. And, obviously he tries to play it off as like, oh, well, I still love you, blah, blah, blah. And she's really upset for I would say a good duration of the time. She was
Oh yeah.
pretty upset. But then we get introduced to her friend Larissa, and Larissa already is like, Chuck ain't shit. Like, and I was feeling Larissa because I also was like, Chuck ain't shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
This man forgot their anniversary, didn't even get her no gift.
Mm,
Even if you weren't gonna get her a gift, you couldn't even say happy anniversary.
right.
Like, and then she was giving him the benefit of the doubt, like, I just know he's so busy and blah blah blah. Girl,
He out
Quit
here
make
eyeing other bitches.
yes. And so Larissa was like, you're making excuses for him. He just
Mhm.
fucking sucks. Like, and I agree because I am also that friend that is going to tell you, hey, your partner fucking sucks. So you probably should do better. So I liked Larissa. She was very open and honest. So then we get into it. They go have a drink. She meets Jay Mills.
Mm.
And, he's like 10 out of 10 out of 10. Way better than her husband.
Oh yeah.
Fine ass man. Like, fine ass man. He got money, better personality, like just better than Chuck. He better than Chuck.
Better than
And,
Chuck.
and so, Chuck is enjoying this open marriage. He doing what, he wanted to do. And Larissa kinda, she starts liking Jay Mills and they kinda start hanging out. And then obviously things go to the next level. But I will say it took a while. Like,
She
obviously Chuck was just boom. He was just fucking. Like couldn't wait.
He had his eyes on somebody before the open marriage even started. Like he was
Couldn't
already
wait.
on dating apps waiting for his pretty much his go to like start the open marriage.
Yeah, exactly. He couldn't wait. Couldn't wait. And so then, she really starts liking J Mills and he really starts liking her. But then it's getting messy because she's obviously still married. And so they're pretty much trying to navigate that. But it's a little tough because he is starting to fall in love with her and he does realize that he is really starting to fall in love with her. And so now he's kind of getting to the point where he's like, doesn't know what to do because, yes, he loves her, but she obviously is married and belongs to somebody else. So now he's kind of confused on what they're going to do next. And then Chuck and his raggedy ass
Raggedy.
find out, he finds out she's talking to somebody else. Oh, and now he's mad.
Jealous.
Now he just cannot take it. Sir, when you said open marriage, what did you think that meant?
Eh, Friend, he thought open marriage meant that he gets to sleep with somebody else and his wife was going to sit at home and be sad all day.
Yeah,
That's what he thought. That was the agreement in his mind.
because I'm like, so you just get to have fun, do what you want, and she's supposed to just sit in the house and just be sad, crying up over your raggedy ass.
Yeah.
No, no. So then she comes home and she's sad. Her and Jay had like a little fight, and she's crying, and he walks in and he's trying to console her, but obviously it's fucking awkward because their marriage is just not in a good space. And he notices she has, some little hickeys on her thighs.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, where'd them come from? And then it turns into a big thing because he is enraged because how dare she? How dare she sleep with someone else when Chuck been fucking since day one? Okay, he couldn't wait to be for the streets. Could not wait. And now that he finds out that she is entertaining someone, he just is livid and does not know what to do with himself. Like he's so beside himself. So, what does he try to do? He tries to force her to have sex with him,
Yes.
which is crazy because you're about to rape your wife.
Your wife. Like of all people in the world that you're supposed to like love and care for, like your wife, like the mother of your children, you're gonna force her to like have sex with you. Like
But not only that, you're gonna force her to have sex with you because you decided to have an open marriage.
right. Like the open marriage, like they had their rules and stuff. Like I remember he was like how do we do this or whatever when she was like slowly like agreeing to it. And honestly I feel like she would have never agreed to it had she not loved him like at
Yeah,
all. She should have just left, but she was like like the basic rules, like don't sleep with me right after you sleep with her or whatever, like we wait in between times or whatever the stupid thing was that they came up with. But like you guys were still like in an open marriage, like so to even think that it was okay for you to put your hands on your wife in any kind of manner because you opened the marriage, like man, make it make sense.
I was so annoyed with him. So that immediately, I was like, I was already team fuck Chuck, but then I was really team fuck Chuck because I'm
Yeah.
like, not you introducing this whole thing and then realized, oh, wait, not you having fun, and then got mad and then tried to rape her. And then obviously in the book, it's like, oh, he realizes what he's doing. Oh my God, he's so sorry. Fuck that and
He
fuck
wasn't
you,
that
Chuck.
motherfucking sorry. Let me tell you why I know he wasn't that sorry. Because that bitch was sucking his dick while he was like talking about, I'm sorry, wife, for trying to hurt you. Like, what? You were getting your dick sucked right after you tried to rape me and you're sorry? Like, you were still in the conscious mind to get your dick sucked, but like, you should be at the store buying flowers, outside in the rain, singing me a fucking song, saying you're sorry. Like, what the fuck do you mean that you're out getting your dick sucked and then texting me telling me you're sorry? You're not sorry.
Ain't sorry at all. It wasn't shit. I was definitely so then, yeah, obviously after that, I was fuck Chuck. It was fuck Chuck, okay? And
You still
then
fuck Chuck to this day.
still. So then J Mills and Corey go on a little vacation to Puerto Rico. And pretty much he already knows what he has to do. He knows he has to break up with her because it's just becoming to be too heavy and it's too much. And he just knows that, like, at the end of the day, his heart is going to be the one that gets broken because she still is going home to another man.
Yeah.
And so he knows that. Like, he has finally reached the point where he knows that they're just not going to be able to sustain anything.
Yeah.
And so they go
But
and they
she
have,
don't know that. Like, she doesn't realize that, I feel like.
yeah, like, she having a good time. She's made it to the point where she's just, like, enjoying her time with him, and she does have feelings for him, but she is also still married.
Mhm.
So it's just, like, a very weird space to be in. And he just realizes that, like, he doesn't wanna end up with his feelings hurt because he knows clearly that she's not gonna leave her husband.
Yeah.
I think he just has kinda come to the realization, like, clearly she's not gonna leave him, and obviously he doesn't wanna just share her with another man. So he's like, "Alright, we gotta end this." So they end up breaking up,
Mm.
and I was really hurt.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings because and I think it was the way that they went about it because, like I said, she was so oblivious to the fact that it wasn't just gonna be, like, continuous fun with this guy, like, he came to the point where he was like, "I am falling in love with you, and if I don't step away now, like, it's just gonna be heartbreak way later in the end, so, like, I'm gonna leave right now," and I feel like because it was such a shock to her, like, their little argument that came from it was just so sad, like, I was really fucking heartbroken because I was like, "Damn, like, they aren't forever, and he's not wrong."
Yeah, and she's kinda was like, it took her by surprise, like, she's kinda like, "Wait, what? I thought we were having a great time."
Yeah, like,
And
"We're in
he's like,
Puerto Rico.
"Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, we are, but, I don't want my heart broken, so
I gotta
we
go."
g yeah, I gotta go." And I was really sad because I was like, "Oh," like, they were really good, like, very compatible, I would say, they were very compatible,
Yeah.
and it was kinda one of those situations where it's like everything she wasn't getting from Chuck, she was getting from him. And I know in the book, they're like, "But Chuck was still a good guy." I'm like,
Where?
but
Where?
how good of a guy was he?"
Show me where.
Because they describe him as like, "Oh, Chuck is a good guy." And fuck Chuck. No, he was not a good guy.
Not even
So,
a little bit.
no. So, they broke up, and I was just so sad because I already knew, like, this bitch about to go back to Chuck. I already know it. And what happened?
She went back to Chuck.
Went back to Chuck.
But it was even worse because it was like, they had they had history, like, Chuck and Corey had kids together or whatever, so it's like, yeah, you want the family to stay together, but, like, also, like, healthy relationships matter in that situation too, and I don't think this one is a healthy relationship, so I don't know if I agree with this two-parent household, but, to each his own, it's a book, so I can't be too mad about it, but, like, I just feel like the history that Jay and, um Corey built together, it was so genuine and cute. And like, when we read books and they like love bomb and it's like, I fall in love in a week or whatever, like they did kind of fall in love fast, like, or fall in like, I would say,
Yeah.
pretty fast, but like the book kind of progressed it so it moved naturally. And I like that. And I feel like that's why I kind of was like, I'm rooting for them the whole time.
I agree. Like, I'm not really a fan of the insta love unless it's like, a deranged, unhinged man
Yeah.
that, you know, may or may not have gold teeth and may or may not have nice chains and, look really sexy with tattoos. Now,
Ethics.
otherwise, and a big dick and just amazing sex and, is a talker and talks you through it. Okay, but that's beside the point.
Period.
So, other than that, I don't really like insta love. I just feel like I need Like, I needed to feel like they're actually falling in love, and I feel like sometimes the insta love, it feels very rushed. But with Corey and Jay Mills, it felt like we got the scenes where they were literally just getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Like, not like some of the books we read, obviously we read smut, so they just be boom, right into it.
Yeah.
But with Corey and Jay Mills, it was like we did get those scenes where they were actually, like, getting to know each other, where there wasn't any sex. It was just them getting to know each other, so it helped feel like this was, like, they were actually falling for each other in, like, real time.
And
Not
not just like love bombing and being,
Yes.
crazy, I want to fuck you type of people. And then their sex scenes were top tier. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
they had really good sex scenes, and they connected. Like you could feel it. Like this book was emotionally, like you can feel what was going on between these two characters, and I really enjoyed that. I feel like the writing
Yeah.
really well in that sense.
'Cause she had me going through it. I was going through it. I was like, "God damn it, Corey, you was really pissing me off."
I cried at the end.
But then I felt bad for her also. I just felt bad because 'cause I'm like, "Ugh, how conflicting for her to, like, be married and her husband wants open marriage, but then, like, she is falling for another guy, and then it's, like, weird." Like, you're in this weird gray area where you're like, "What do I do? Just leave my whole family for this guy?" Like,
Yeah, because it's like I don't even think he was like introduced to her kids or anything. Like they were just them. It was just their
they
relationship.
were in their little bubble, and I love
Yeah.
that for her. I was like, "Yes, just get left on in your little bubble and be happy." And unfortunately, it just didn't stay that way, and she ended up back with Chuck because she realized I don't know what the fuck she
I
realized,
think it was that
but
she had a family. Honestly, I think it was because she had her little babies and she didn't want to like, disrupt her family because her kids were happy and her kids loved their dad, and like the kids he wasn't a bad dad. Like he did what he had to do as a parent. So like I see like why you want to keep your family dynamic together, and I think that like in my mind that's the reason why she stayed, because in any other universe, I feel like she really didn't have a reason to stay. Like if she didn't have those kids, there would be no reason for her to stay and not leave Chuck and date Jay Mills, you know?
yeah, and I just felt like, like, you try to rape me even though you did not, but you did, so I just feel like, how can I go on
Trust.
with this man in my house? We have kids, but, like, how can I go on without that being in the back of my mind? Like, I just feel like that would always be in the back of my mind. Obviously, this is a fiction book, but I'm just saying, like, that would just be in the back of my mind. Like, you really got mad and really tried to rape me over some
Yeah.
coochie
Yeah.
because you was out here sleeping with people, and then I gave someone a little piece of coochie, maybe a little more than a little piece,
Just say
but
the coochie.
just a little piece of coochie, and then you was mad. Mm, That
Yeah.
don't like that. But overall, I will say the writing of this book was so good. Like, you can feel all the emotions from, like, the different characters as you're reading it. And I feel like it's not a slow burn, but it's also not fast paced either. Like, it's the perfect pace. So, like, everything happens in the perfect timing. It's not like it doesn't feel rushed, or it doesn't feel like like it's too slow and it's not getting into the story. I feel like everything is, like, perfect, just perfectly paced.
Yeah. Like honestly, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It was just a good romance book. I enjoyed it, and I liked that it had a decent amount of smut. Like it was really good. I liked it.
Well, dude, they was fucking. She was getting her back blown out as she
Oh.
should, cause fuck Chuck, okay?
The word of the day is fuck
Fuck
Chuck.
Chuck, okay? We are Chuck haters over here, okay?
Absolutely. 10 out.
But who knows? You might like Chuck. So I think you should give it a try and read it and then let us know what you think about Chuck. And if you also hate Chuck, then you could join our We Hate Chuck group because fuck him.
Fuck
But
Chuck.
who knows? But who knows? Y'all might like him. So I would say give this a read. See if you like it, which you probably will because it was overall just a great book. And we would love to hear your thoughts on what you thought about it.
Yes, and you can leave them below in the comments if you're on Spotify. So, and then you can also talk to us at the underscore spicy underscore booknook on TikTok.
Yes. So let us know your thoughts, and we will see you with another episode.
Yes. Bye.